Necron Destroyer Lords. Not all Necrons awaken from the great sleep as hale as was intended. Some suffer physical damage in the intervening millennia. Usually, faulty stasis crypts bring on a slow decay that rots the mechanical body and erodes engramic pathways. Others become infected by the Flayer virus and devolve into creatures whose reason is subsumed by a taste for flesh. Yet, there are also those Necrons who awaken from slumber with their physical form intact, but their psyche torn beyond recovery. Angered and despairing of their soulless existence, these Necrons turn to nihilism. They no longer seek redemption or repatriation with the flesh that was so long lost to them. They wish only to drive all other living things into death's welcoming embrace. These then are the Destroyers, the self-appointed heralds of oblivion. Destroyer Lords are the most maniacal of their kind. This is chiefly because they retain far more intellect than baseline destroyers, and can bring all of this fearsome intelligence to bear in their pursuit of galactic conquests. This efficiency is all the more murderous for the Destroyer Lord's complete lack of empathy. Whilst few Necrons retain any instinctive comprehension of pity and mercy, the cleverest amongst them can at least still grasp such concepts intellectually. But not so the Destroyer Lords. They have long ago discarded any ability to emphasize with other creatures. If a Destroyer Lord takes prisoners, it is not out of honour or pity, but simple efficiency. There are 1,000 ways in which captives can be used as lures for other fleshlings, and Destroyer Lords are conversant with every last one. Indeed, in a galaxy full to overspilling with genocidal despots, Destroyer Lords remain worthy of mention as something truly horrific. Where others kill for pleasure, or in service to some malignant god, Destroyer Lords pursue their bloody crusade simply because it is their chosen course. By their calculation, joy is just one more pointless emotion, and the favour of gods naught but a crutch to support the frailties of the flesh. In truth, even overlords find Destroyer Lords somewhat disconcerting, believing them to have too willingly embraced the machine. Most also hold the lingering suspicion that when all organic life in the galaxy has been eliminated, their nihilistic brethren will turn on their own kind. As a result, many Destroyer Lords are outcasts and pariahs. Stripped of title and rank, they are forced to dwell on the periphery of Necron civilization, lest their madness prove infectious. Destroyer Lords are formidable combatants, for their physical might equals that of the mightiest overlords. Most favour war scythes or void blades over ranged tools of war. In his horrific way, a Destroyer Lord is a craftsman, and the fruits of his bloody labours are far more easily tallied in the thick of the fighting. There is no artistry to a Destroyer Lord's blows. Each swing of his blade is driven by the desire for optimum efficiency. Strangely, this often means a Destroyer Lord's attacks are unintentionally spectacular. If he calculates that 3 enemies can be slain swifter with one blow than 3 individual strikes, then a single blow is all that will be made. A lesser creature would perhaps balk at such a risk, but for a Destroyer Lord who has calculated success down to the tiniest detail, there is no risk to be had, only deadly certainty.